flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show, that's where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the all around town radio show. The all around town radio.
Hey, we'll be right back, folks. Stick around with us right here. Stick around.
It's the Weekend Review. It's a Bible coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to race.
All right. With all the comments rolling in, we're going to have to get to it. That is Sweet Sister Mercy with our theme song. Thank you, Mark Robinson, for the vocals on that one. Yes. Yes, Rob Nadler mixing that one in the studio. Nikki with the hot guitar licks. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to have you with us. Let me see who's checking in today on the tote board here. Carla first up. How are you, Carla? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're having a great day on this Monday, February the 9th. It's the weekend update right here. Our Backstage Hall Pass to Local Music. Going to bring it to you today, everybody. Hi, Mike. Thank you for joining me. There was that guitar lick at the end. David Linda in the house from Last Call and Barely Able. I'm talking about him twice today. I've seen him twice in a week. I have. How about that? Glenn in the house. It's time for the show. And I'm glad you found your little electronic badge that you were missing. Mr. Blingy Light Glenn there. He's got it going on. Heather, how are you, my friend? Haven't seen you in a while. Judy, thank you. Good to see you Saturday, and Mike as well. Steve Ware in the house. Had to work all weekend, saw no shows. Man. Ed and Bill took great pictures and videos. You can live through it. Make sure you watch all of Bill's videos, too, from the Winter Blues experience that we're going to talk about, because what a show that was. And if you guys don't follow Bill, Bill Dankoff, you should. And also, if you don't follow Ed Sawicki, you're foolish as well, because you can live vicariously through all his wonderful pictures. And he took some great ones over the weekend. So welcome to the program, guys. It is, as we said, your Backstage Hall Pass to Local Music here. It's called the Weekend Update on Monday, and your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more in your home for everything music here at All Around Town Radio. Don't forget to share our shows throughout the week and support the local music community and the venues that bring it to you. We're trying to keep it all alive, and that's what we want to do. So please, if you can, give a little support out there. And Roger's in the house. Roger, it was great to see you Saturday. Adam, great to see you on Friday. It was. Kenny Patterson is in the house. Sound man extraordinaire. Production at its best this weekend at Winter Blues Experience. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, too. Kenny and his team just slays it. That's a lot of work. A lot of work. We're not getting any younger, Kenny. My legs were screaming yesterday. I don't know about yours. I was back and forth between those ballrooms all day. We'll talk about it. Hi, Todd. Thank you for joining us today. What's going on with you, man? You doing all right? Liars for Hire represented today. Tim Osborne in the house. Barely Able is represented. The front man himself. Good people here today. Tina Reed Ramsey from O'Connor's Irish Pub. Thanks for checking in. Lots going on in Springfield today. Live local breaking news up there all day long. Wow. Hope you're all safe. I too. There's Bill checking in. Yes. Bill, drop your link in the comment, if you will, for your page on YouTube again, so those people watching today can go see your videos that we're going to talk about. Hi, Dewey. How are you? I had a great week, man. I had a great week of local music. There's Jay Grant from Half-Life and Uncle Rico in the house. Bob Klein from Rock House. Bob, thanks for being my host last Tuesday. My co-host with the most. Thank you so much. Steve Stein, got to see him this weekend. Julie, how are you? Look at all these people, man. I'm going to try to get to all of you guys, but I'll get to you if I can. There it is. And Ed says Kenny's team is awesome. They are. They're wonderfully awesome. Hi, Gina McCann. It was great to see you Saturday. Thank you, honey, for that. I appreciate those kind words. And you're the best vocalist in the whole wide world. I love Gina McCann and her voice. I do. Hi, Jill. Gosh, look at all these people. I'm trying to get to it. I got to get started, though. I've got a lot to talk about here today. So let me say hi to everybody that's popping on here. And Kenny, I will have to resole those shoes, I think. That was wild. Tina said, ugh, yeah. Always something up there in there, Tina. I swear. I feel bad for you guys sometimes. Geraldine, thank you for dropping by. And Ed Sawicki said he did 23,000 steps on Saturday, Kenny. Think about that. Ed was back and forth the whole time, too. Hi, Chad. How are you? Happy Monday to you, my friend. Hindsight Band's in the house. They got to see Night Rain this weekend. Good deal. Is that you, Tony? I hope it's you. All right, guys, let me get started. February 9th, we're going to talk about this week in music for us. And I will tell you that thank you for Thursday's show, guys. That's the most important show that I do throughout the week, and that's where we feature the musicians and the venues and who's playing where. If you don't tune into that one, you can also find our list on the Warren County Post that's available on the Book of Face or their website at warrencountypost.com, I think. Did I say that right, or .org? One of the two. Warren County Post. Put it in the web. You'll find it. 2.2 thousand views on Thursday's show. Thank you. That's because you share it, and we appreciate it. And we appreciate all your support throughout the week, guys. You can follow us on all the socials. We are on the X, the Insta, the Book of Face, the Tube of You, and the Tick of Talk, if you want to find us at any of those. And our weekly programming, as many of you know, tomorrow, Hot Topic Tuesday. Karis will be back for that one with me. Wednesday with the band. I have CFG and the Family coming on this week, talking about their album release, and we're going to chat about that. And then, of course, Thursday, Who's Playing Out? And it's all right here at All Around Town Radio. Hi, Jim McCarthy. Hi, Steve Short. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody, for dropping by here on Monday today. And looks like we're going to get a little warmer weather maybe tomorrow. How about that? Can we all say yay to that? Ready for spring. Ready for spring. Let me kick it off with my Wednesday night. Of course, I do trivia every Tuesday at the Miamisburg Moose, and you can catch me there if you're a member or a qualified guest of any Moose Lodge. But we do a couple. I do 2 songs each round. It's not music trivia. It's question answer, but it's fun. So Wednesday, though, I made a little trek to my friend Coop's place, Milano's. And Coop was being the PM GM, as we like to call him, general manager at night. And Chris and Dave from Last Call were there. Last Call, the full band, if you've seen them, they're just remarkable. Well, Chris and Dave are pretty remarkable, too, as a duo. And they do a lot of playing around town as a duo. The Last Call acoustic, I guess, if you want to call it that, at Milano's. And they have a little slogan. Speaking of Milano's, there's my buddy Sean Cooper in the house. Good. Ashley, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you very much. Let's see. The Coop is in the house. He is. It's always fun to see you on Wednesday. What a great hospitality in the bar area there at Milano's where the music plays and live music. Kendra's usually the bartender. She's awesome. And if it gets real busy, there's another server in there and everything. But they take real good care of you. Have fantastic food and wonderful music every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. And in fact, I think they have trivia tonight, too, at some point. What time's your trivia, Coop, if you're still out there? And Ashley, thank you so much for catching us here today. I appreciate that. I'll get to all your comments here, guys, as I can, trying to get them in there. But I want to talk about Chris and Dave for a minute. Little slogan they use called "Soft Rock Your Socks Off," and it is yacht rock at its best, if you want to pigeonhole it into that. but just playing great music and superior vocal harmonies out of these guys. And you know, when you talk to people, there are standout musicians in town, and I'm going to say that Chris Reynolds has a fantastic voice, by the way. And one of the guys that I think is very underrated is David Linda. He is a solid bass player. He hits every note perfect, and his harmonies are just off the chain. Just a great guy. And he doesn't get talked about enough, so I'm going to talk about him here. Chris Reynolds, many people have known him for years, and he certainly can sing the crap out of these songs that they do, and they know these songs well, and they do them well, and the crowd loves them and sings along. I put that in my post with their pictures today. The crowd was singing along to every song. And Carla wants to know how I look so refreshed with my schedule. Carla, if I didn't keep this busy schedule up, I would wither away in a chair like an old man. So I'm not going to do that. Yes. Dewey said the Eagles Project posted a great photo shoot or pro shop video for River's Edge today. There you go. I can't wait till summer to see all these bands outside too. I love those patio times for real. Hi, Tracy Linda. Thank you for being here. Hello, David Thornton in the house. And David says, Coop and Kendra are awesome pieces. Yeah, I got to see David a couple of weeks ago there. I don't get to Milano's enough on Wednesday because I have a standing Wednesday gig from April through November. So when I can, I do. And there's a lot going on Wednesday nights in the musician world, and that's one to choose from there. And Jay Grant said, love those guys. Jay was there to see him play. And Chad said, met Chris 100 years ago when he was a festive skeleton. Wow. That's way back when. Okay. And hello, Zach. Thank you for being here. Dave Evans in the house from Mojo Rising. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, Carl, I got to stay busy. I do. So big thank you to Last Call, the acoustic version. If you haven't seen the band, if you came to the Brian Harris recovery benefit, you saw the full band and you know how just damn good they were. They had so many people from Cincinnati turning their heads saying, why have we never seen this band before? They're fantastic. Just a really good, solid band. And the duo is too. And Chris and Dave complement each other so well on stage. So check them out. That is Last Call. And follow any of these bands we talk about on the Book of Face, if you will, guys. We'd appreciate that. All right, I got a bump because I got a lot to talk about. Thursday night, popped in for about an hour to Mr. Burroughs Tavern, just down the street from my house. Was out and about. Actually, I had to go to Lowe's. And, you know, when you go to Lowe's, you got to have a drink. So I stopped in Mr. Burroughs and caught the Wright Brothers 3. And these boys in their acoustic there, Justin and James, I believe, if I get the names right, acoustic duo at Mr. Burroughs. Now, these young guys are solid players and good vocalists. If you haven't seen the Wright Brothers, you've missed out. And the full band is amazing as well. But I love that all these bands have little projects that they can do to fill the off nights, so to speak, from the weekends. And these guys were doing a great job. Brought a lot of their friends to Mr. Burroughs. You could tell there was many of their friends there. They were kind of cutting up with them in the audience and so on. And the crowd at Mr. Burroughs is a music-loving crowd, and they can be, I guess, how do I put this, into the music. I mean, they can really get into it and be really a great group of people to support the musicians on stage. And I had a lot of people pop up to me and talk there and say that you've seen this band before. And I said, yeah, I've seen these guys, and I think they're great. And they were like, man, they're really good. And the nice thing is to see young guys like this that are bringing up the music the way they are. And give you a few songs they played that night, thanks to those guys. Hey, Corky, how are you? Standard Country Time Band in the house. Been a while since I've seen Corky. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to have you. Wright Brothers, Heart of the Matter by Don Henley. Whenever You Come Around by Vince Gill. Good vocals on that one as well. Up on Cripple Creek by the band's version of it. Fishing in the Dark, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band tune. Great song. Love and Regret by Billy Strings. That was, yeah, they're solid with these songs. Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel, going way back in time. That song's 3 times their age. at least. And that's just to name a few that they did that night that I got to catch throughout the evening, only being there for about an hour. So really good stuff. Hello, Kara. Thank you for dropping in. And Dave Evans says, sounds good. And, you know, Dave, why you say that, I really get an opportunity to see a wide variety of genres and musicians as I go out and do these little reports and things. And one thing I really admire is a band who can bounce around yet be good at their craft. You know, they're not pigeonholed into one little genre and everything sounds the same and all that. You know, I hate to say it, there's some national artists that people love, but if I listen to John Mayer, I think all your songs sound the same. You know, I mean, that's just me in my head saying that. And these guys are playing such a great variety of tunes, as you heard there, that they take it all over the place and it's appealing to the whole crowd. So good stuff. Jill says good set list. Yeah, and they've got such a great set list. And if you get a chance to hear their full band, it's really solid and very good. I know they play Heather's Patio in the summertime, and they've played Mr. Burroughs and so on. And you can catch them at some of the festivals that go on in the area. I've seen them play that. And Carla says Lowe's and a drink sounds like a great idea. Well, yeah. And stop in, have a little drink, and enjoy hearing the great tunes of the Wright Brothers 3. So thank you, Justin and James. If I got it right there, I think it is right, that little pun. But Wright Brothers 3, and they're a long history of family members who have played music. When they say Wright Brothers 3, there's, I think, 3 of those bands that have been in existence since back in time. And yes, variety is a key, Carla. I would agree with that 100%. So thank you. It's Thursday. Thanks for the hospitality. Got to see Kristen behind the bar. She's awesome there at Mr. Burroughs. Got the chance to talk to Rick, who's one of the owners. And we sat and chatted for a little bit too. And it's always a fun time to go in there, and it's close to home. It's kind of like a home base, you know, it's close and I enjoy it. So let's move on. That was Thursday night. So Friday night, boy, I hit the streets Friday night. Sometimes I think my dogs don't like me because I leave them. Sometimes they love me when I get home, but I went to the Eagles Club in Springboro early to meet my good friend Jerry, and we hung out there like we do on Friday nights in the afternoon, I should say, for a little bit. And then on Friday evening, made the trip to Mr. Burroughs again to catch some great folks playing named Bottoms Up. And you may not have heard of Bottoms Up because they're a newly formed band, formerly known as the Jay Clark Band. 3 of the members, Rob, Tony, and Keith, were members of the Jay Clark Band. And Jay moved to Columbus. He's very busy in his work, so he couldn't commit to the band from where he was. And man, it's a haul. It's like an hour and a half for him to come down here and drive and things like that. So the band kind of dissolved, so to speak. And these guys got together and they said, well, we're around here. We want to play still. And they've got a great new vocalist, Larry Overby, who has an outstanding voice and really works hard as a front man in this band. I got to give him props. He is definitely you can tell he does sit down acoustic shows a lot and things like that. But Larry is in his element now, man. He's having a great time, killing it on stage with this band. And they have solid musicianship in this band too, which makes it all even better. And the music loving crowd, as I said earlier, at Mr. Burroughs was really into it. They were loving it. And our friend Steve Stein, who's on here today, was doing their sound and had them dialed in perfect, sounding really good. And it's interesting. Burroughs, you got to be a good sound guy to do sound in Burroughs. You do, because it's an interesting throw with the sound to the back of the room. To be able to get the people in the back to hear it and not part the hair of the people in the front is a very, very big art. And Steve had it dialed in perfect. So Steve, hats off to you if you're still out there. Geraldine says Larry Overby is amazing. He is. He's got a great vocal ability, and he's been a great addition to this band. And I got to give Rob credit for promoting this band, coming up with a lot of that stuff. They had some really neat scrims on their speakers, which said Bottoms Up, the name of their band, so it's identifiable to people when they come in and look at it. And they're really trying to make it out there. So Do me a favor, if you're watching today after the show, go to your book of face and follow Bottoms Up. Bottoms Up Band. Give them some more follows, and let's get their page built up, because like I said, new band, really, it's tough to climb that mountain sometimes when you're a new band and get that far. So really a great job, wonderful, outstanding. I was there for I don't know, a couple hours, and took in their sets, and good crowd. Had a great party going on in the back and things like that. So really good stuff. And I don't have their set list. I would love to give you their set list, but I do not. So we'll just say, go see them. You'll enjoy the blend of music. It's an eclectic blend of music. They're everywhere, which I dearly love. I do. They're good at every song they do. And David Linda says, will do. All right. Very good. Larry's on here. How you doing, Larry? Man, I thought you killed it on Friday night. Great job. Absolutely outstanding. And good deal. The crowd there was feeding out of your hand. You do a great job as a front man. You do. You've got a lot of charisma on that stage, and that's a great thing. And the band's all nice guys too. I love Keith, Tony, Rob. Tony I've known longest, and really good dude. So wonderful people. And thank you to Bottoms Up. Then I hopped in the ride, was getting text messages from my friends that follow Barely Able. They're like, you got to get over to O'Leary's and see Barely Able tonight. So I did. Lisa says Larry's amazing. See, Larry, you're getting a lot of shout outs, man. Getting a lot of shout outs. The Bowl Cuts are in the house. Yeah, they're playing Burroughs on Friday. Shameless plug for them, I'll throw in there. They're great. You have the full band, or is it the acoustic version that I got to see the one night? Because my friend Hollywood, he talks highly of you guys. He does. Hi, Nikki. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here. So cruised on over to O'Leary's to hear Barely Able. I've talked at length about this band. I've seen them several times recently. We've talked on the show, so I'm not going to dwell on it really heavy, because I've got a lot to say about the Winter Blues Experience coming up here. Roger Bates, speaking of the Winter Blues Experience, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. All I can say about Barely Able is go see this band. Tim he crushes the vocals as a lead vocalist in this band. Just so good. Their song choices are crowd pleasers, all of them. The dueling guitars with Adam and Robbie is just, it's spectacular. And the lead trading off and all that. Despite the songs they're playing, it's very Skynyrd-esque to me, the way the dueling guitar thing's happening and all that. Now, they don't really do that style, but they do a lot of music, and they tear it up. And David Linda on bass, who we talked about in last call. And then Chris Reynolds is running sound for him. And man, he's a great sound guy, by the way. Chris Reynolds is just so damn good. And I love the style of this band because every guy is different. And Adam, can you put your drummer's name in there? I can never remember his name. If you're out there, please drop your drummer's name in, because we'd like to give him a shout out. He's solid too. But Randy says Tim does a great job singing with Flywheel. There you go. One of my favorite bands from years past, Flywheel. Way back when. Yes. Back in the Obadiah's days and those kind of days, Mr. Randy. Justin Thompson. Thank you so much for that, Adam. Justin Thompson on drums. I want to give him a shout out as well. Solid band, people. Super solid band. Adam, your guitar playing amazes me. Of course, I've known Robbie a long time, and he's always in there. But Adam, your technique and your style on stage is just really cool. I tried to capture some pictures of all you guys. My pictures did not turn out the way I'd hoped, but we'll deal with them. It is what it is. Just remember. And besides that, I was next to the Woo Girl table. There was Tracy. There was Kelly. That bunch there, Judy. They were all Woo Girling for the band, and it's hard to concentrate when that's going on. It is. And Adam says we love to have fun. So you guys make it fun. And that crowd at O'Leary's is another party crowd. They love music in there, and they really respond to it. And I think that's just cool. It's a great venue and a wonderful place to go hear live music. I don't get out as much, a little further from the house than sometimes I run, but it's not bad for me. And thank you to Tracy and everybody else for the invites and the texts I was getting to get my, my ass over there is what they were telling me. And sorry to bottoms up, I bailed on you for the last set, but that's how it works. The Woo Girls, they're all the Woo Girls, Judy says. And your stepson is Justin Brumfield, and he plays drums for Harmel. Yeah. There we go, Jill. Thank you. So thank you to Barely Able. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now I got a lot to say about this, though. Saturday, I had the huge honor of being the MC again this year for the Winter Blues Experience. This is Winter Blues Experience number 7 that went on at the Manor House. If you haven't been to the Manor House in Mason, it is a classy joint with 2 big, massive ballrooms that hold 500 plus people in each one, dance floors in each one, big stages, thanks to Kenny and his wonderful production crew. I mean, Anthony, Kenny, Ed, Mongo, Justin, all of them just super pros at what they do. Just super pros. And yes, Adam says he knows Justin too, Jill. And Glenn is talking about, it was great to see you there too. Place was packed. It was. And yeah, I stayed busy. I didn't get a chance to talk to many of my friends that night. I was running like a crazy man, back and forth. And I got to say it before we get started. Bands, if you play a multi-artist festival type event, please send the right stage plot to the sound people. Don't come in and try to change everything on the fly. The stage plot is the most important thing you can do. Please, I beg of you, because if we get off by 10, 15, 20 minutes, especially where we're staggering stages, it makes it really tough, not only on me to get there to take a band off and bring another band on in the other room, but for the crowd who wants to switch back and forth too and see. And if there's a big overlap like that, it really hurts the crowd being able to see your show or performance. So I'm just going to say that we had one band that it was just a little dicey, and it backs things up that way. And you lose 5 minutes each band getting on stage. By the end of the night, you're way late. So, yeah, you don't like doing that at all. That's how it works. It is. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate you, my friend. And Ed, thank you. MC with the mostest. Thank you. Is that a word, mostest? And Kenny says stage plot is a key for sure. It really is. I mean, and when people reach out to you from the production crew and they say, we need a stage plot for your band, update it. Don't send them something you used 12 years ago. Send them the updated plan. That's all I got to say. That's not trying to be negative, because this event was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Manor House staff does it right. Post Meridian Productions, Peter, who puts it on, amazing. Ed Sawicki, the official photographer of the event. Wow, Ed, your photos were just off the chain good, as always. But people can live through that aren't there, for sure. And what's Kenny saying? And get your gear off the stage when you're done playing. Don't go to the bar yet. Yeah, amen to that too. There's another act following you, unless you're the last one for the evening. There's somebody else that needs to get on that stage. But I think we did a good job of time. Sometimes people refer to me as the clock czar or worse. I've been called the clock Nazi before, which is not a nice term, but I do try to keep it on time because it's very important to me. And when we do Springfest in Miamisburg, a 3-day festival, you can ask anybody there, who the clock guy is. I put one on stage and we live by it. And if you get on late, sorry, your time ends when it ends, so cut some songs out of your set list for real. And Carla says Ed Sawicki is definitely a word for Scott. Thank you. Mostest, I guess, like a hostess with the mostest. So let me talk about the acts. All right. And I've got my little cheat sheet here in front of me because I did not want to put it on the computer. So we kicked off the show with Tootsie Sugars. Our friend Ricky Veneman in that band, a couple buddies of his playing, kicked off the show in the Georgian Ballroom, which was at 5 o'clock when the doors opened at 4:30. And at 5 o'clock, there was a hell of a crowd. And normally at these festivals, the crowd rolls in after dinner, the 6:30, those kind of things. But this place was starting to fill up full at 5 o'clock. They also had, and I don't know their name, Ed, you might throw it in the comments if you're out there, the Cincinnati dance troupe, that are I don't even want to call them ballroom dancers. They're the new style ballroom dancers that come in and dance on the dance floors, and they are a show in themselves. It's so much fun to watch those people. They're so good at their dancing, and how they're trading off from different dancers or dancing with each other, and then they'll trade and do something else. It's just wild. But Tootsie Sugars kicked it off, and then on the Manor Ballroom, the big ballroom stage, 5:15 was Mr. Man and the Mojo Band. They did a great job too. Mr. Man and the Mojo Band. And Kenny Patterson, the burgers at Manor House were off the hook. I did not get a burger. I didn't. Roger says Blues Dance Cincinnati. Okay. Thank you, Ed. They were fantastic. David, Linda, you guys should have come to this. You would have had a great time. So Mr. Man and the Mojo Band, absolutely amazing. Some of these are local acts, guys, that we're talking about, like the Mojo Blues Cats, who were next up in the Georgian Ballroom. And boy, they had a lot of moving parts too. There's some big blues bands. When you put these bands with horn sections and things like that on stage, keyboards, it gets busy. And the production guys, again, absolutely slayed it and did a great job of making it happen. And then certainly next up was the Tempted Souls Band, which just amazed me as well. They're another one who plays this annually, and they just did a fantastic job. Female singer in that band, but very vocally deep. And again, don't get pigeonholed. If you've never been to a blues event, it doesn't mean everybody's crying their blues on the microphone. In fact, who was it? I think it was Mr. Man and the Mojo Band says their slogan's something like we play the blues, but we're happy about it, or something like that, so that everybody knows that it's not just sad blues songs. Then our friend J. Jesse Johnson, we've had him on the show. This guy's got 29 album releases in his musical career of 40 years, 7 solo albums, won countless awards. He's known as the beer bottle blues player, where he uses the beer bottle and plays his guitar, and just he's killer. And I got to give Jay Jesse some credit, because he came in, barely could walk. He had a back problem, and I mean, he was hurting bad, and he got up on stage and gave it his all, like every good musician would do. And then afterwards, basically just came over after the show and was ready to just sit and collapse in a chair because he was hurting. And he put on a hell of a show. But he always does. You can catch him. I've seen him at the casino recently in Monroe and some places like that. So J. Jesse Johnson, amazing. Then I got to say this. The Gina and Johnny Band. You know my love for Gina McCann. She is one of the best vocalists in the tri-state. One thing I adore about Gina McCann is, and frankly, I got to say, Mike and Roger as well. I know Johnny had somewhere to be, but Mike and Roger, they hang around and they socialize with people, and they sell their product really well. And Gina stayed the whole night and just had a ball. She was sitting in front of me with Tim at the final act, and we sat in the audience there and watched, and it was just so cool to see her relaxed and enjoying herself. But Gina McCann just belts out those vocals. Johnny slays that guitar. Mike is so good on the bass, and Roger's so solid on the drums. Man, they are just a wonderful band. Gina and Johnny are, and most people there knew them. When I introduced them from the stage, I got probably the biggest applause and cheer the whole night for that band, because everybody loves them in Cincinnati. And Glenn said Gina and Johnny killed it. They really did. And Kenny said Tempted Souls vocalist used to sing with the Gamut. Yes, Glenn told me that night, and I didn't even realize that. How about that? And Chad said Gina and Johnny Band's so good. They are. They're great people. and just everybody that hangs with him. And I love Gina's relationship with Lexi Blue. They just had a great time palling around that night. She's one of the folks that they brought in as a national act. And Bill says he hasn't posted videos from Saturday yet to YouTube, but his Facebook page, there you go. And then follow his YouTube, subscribe to his YouTube channel, guys, because Bill is all around town. Shameless plug for me. But he's around town shooting video all the time. And yes, good stuff. And yes, I thank you for saying that, Kenny, because that almost slipped my mind. Is Greg Ambergy playing keyboards with Gina and Johnny that night as well. And he's just class act too. You'll find him in the Eagles Project and many other things around town as well. And Greg's just solid as hell as well. So Gina and Johnny killing it. Then I noticed this mass exodus after Gina and Johnny for a minute, and into the other ballroom came this young man who I used to do shows with when he was 11 years old. He's in his 40s now. His mom was driving him to the show. You might have heard of him. His name's Noah Weatherspoon. And Noah and his Just Strange Brothers horn section and DeRosa on keyboards. Oh my God. Unbelievable. They absolutely stole the show. I mean, they literally did. And Noah is just a powerhouse. He is such a great entertainer and guitar player and vocalist. But wow. The horn section, wow. The keyboards, double wow. That's crazy. Crazy. Yes. And Gina said that was wild watching as we were cleaning up the stage and the wave of people moving to that room. It was like they all said, we got to go see Noah. And they love Noah. Yes. You know, and Kenny said Noah played in 3 bands that night. He did. He got up there for the finale. Gosh, he was. And yeah, and Mike says DeRosa is a key god. He is. He did a song that, man, I saw people in the audience crying. They were bawling because of his keyboard ability. It was that good. So I got to keep rolling though. Let me keep talking here about this because I've got a couple more to talk about. But what can I say other than Noah Weatherspoon? He is an absolute blues staple. You know, he's won the King Award. He's won all kinds of stuff. So yeah, and yeah, thank you, Ed. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Glenn said, Jay Grant said he's never seen Noah. Going, oh my gosh, yeah, you would go to guitar school watching Noah play. You'd be like, wow, I need to practice more. That's all I gotta say. I'd say the same thing. And Gina says DeRosa Richardson is so truly something. That Albert King too. Yeah. Wasn't that good? That was amazing. It was. And Kathy says Noah and the whole band were phenomenal. Thank you guys for all your comments. I appreciate it. And yes. And what was funny is I don't think Noah's height has changed since he was doing those shows at 11 with me. I got to say, but he was a guitar phenom back then, and he is a guitar phenom now. And just, he is so nice to everybody too. He's so well respected in the blues community. And that's what I love. There's no ego in this guy who's just virtual. I don't want to say rock star. He's a blues star. He is just fantastic. All right. I got to keep rolling though. How about Lexi Blue? What a great girl. She was on the show on Wednesday last week as we talked about this event. And if you haven't followed Lexi Blue, follow her as well. Follow all these guys. But follow Lexi Blue, if you will, because I will tell you that she, when you see her, you think, I don't know. I see her. I think of college cheerleader. She's bubbly. She's this, she's that. And next thing you know, this voice comes out of this girl that is just pure soul. She's amazing. Pure soul, great vocal ability. She had on some killer boots. Ed's got pictures of them on his page, by the way. We joked about that. And she's just super nice, too. I just loved hanging out with her and talking to her. We were sitting out there watching the final act together, and she loves Gina McCann, and Gina McCann loves her. And there's, is that what do you call a bromance in girl world? I don't know. Sister act or something. I don't know. And Ed says Lexi's new album is awe-inspiring. Glenn said, Lexi, wow. Yeah, I loved her. I did. And she's got a little different stage style. It's not in your face, fast paced, all that. She's laid back, but she certainly does a great job. I think Gina summed it up there. Awesome entertainer, singer, and she's such a kind person. Yeah, she was everybody's friend. It was just great to see. And we call that a girl crush, do we? Thank you, Judy. Thanks for putting those words in my mouth because I don't have a clue. I don't. Sheldon was there. Got to see him. Thanks for the great pictures, Sheldon. I don't know where your comment went. There it is. Okay. Yes, everyone on that lineup was excellent. We need to give Peter props again because Peter put that lineup together along with Ed. They talk it over and all that. And it's Bob Klein, Sheway. How did I know? Somebody, Bob. You taking over for Karis? You want to throw a few F-bombs while we're on here? Yeah. So Lexi Blue, follow her. Check out her stuff. I mean, she's got merch online. She's traveling around the country playing. And the Women of Beale Street, you may catch that with Gina and Lexi and so on. And that's a good thing to see, too. So Lexi Blue, thank you so much. And I'm running out of time or I'd talk more about her. I will say that in the Georgian Ballroom, I got the opportunity to introduce the final act in there as well, Nikki Hill. Now, Nikki's been playing music about 18 years, she was telling me, and she's been written up in Rolling Stone magazine, Spin magazine. She's very well known. And let me tell you, when I said, welcome to the stage, Nikki Hill, this girl came out of the gate like a racehorse. And she never stopped the entire set. And she played over. I mean, she was having so much fun. Audience loved her. Super high energy. Great vocalist. Great backing band. Laura Chavez was with her playing guitar. Just incredible. And what a score that was for Post Meridian Productions for bringing her to the stage because, wow. Wow. And just crazy. Jeep, I missed you. I looked for you, buddy. I did. I looked for you there the other night, and I didn't see you. I went to all the bars just to see if I could find you. Good thing I didn't drink at all of them. And Glenn said she knocked it out of the park. Yeah, she's got style, too. I mean, she's got really cool vibe and style. And her band was great, and they were just punching it out just as fast as they could. So follow her as well, Nikki Hill, on the Book of Face as well. And just so good. Ed said, such commanding crowd control. Yes. Unbelievable. So let me get to the final act here before I got to go because I'm running long. But had him on the show. Anika, I finally got it right and said it right when I introduced him. If you watch the show, you know the inside joke to that. And Paul Delorier. Got that right, too. So Anika and Paul and their band got up there and just, look who's here. Lexi Blue, thanks for the shout out, dear. Love you. We had a great time. She was just wonderful. And thank you so much. And Lexi and I sat beside each other watching Anika and Paul and their band. Oh my God, what a show. This woman made me laugh from the time she got there till the time she got on stage. And then after she got on stage, she is a performer. And Paul is one hell of a guitar player. He is nominated for Guitarist of the Year in the blues world. He's won numerous awards in Canada for blues awards and so on. And she's won awards in the U.S. She is a military veteran, went to 2 wars, and just a hoot. And this woman stepped aside from the microphone and sang without a PA And there wasn't, I mean, it was chills, man. It was chills in the room when she did that. It was just so cool. And you can tell that she and Paul, they're married. They have a very good time traveling around and playing their music. And they love what they do. And it was just so good. They call them Chambers and Delorier. That's French Canadian, Ed reminded me. So Chambers and Delorier. But let me tell you, she can sang. She can sang. S-A-N-G, sang. Amazingly. If you saw them, guys, make a comment real quick here, please. Because, in fact, Anika and I are going to chat about she wants to start her own podcast, basically. And she wants to know about the equipment and the StreamYard platform we use and all that. We're going to chat about that this week. Because she wants to do women in blues and do interviews and things like that, and especially focusing on Black women in blues and the history of that and so on. So she's an amazing person. And man, is she a performer. Wow. Yeah, chills, Carla. It was chills. And I know Gina was sitting out there too, loving their set. And it was a fantastic performance. Winter Blues Experience 7. And they're already working on the lineup for next year. I hope I get to come back. And I loved working with Kenny and the production team. They're just so good at what they do. And you talk about moving parts. I mean, when you put Noah's band on stage, I think there were 9 people. I think several of the bands had that many folks in the one ballroom. It was just crazy. And these guys changing it all out. And then, yeah, Noah coming up at the end, playing with them, and Paul and Noah having a little guitar duel back and forth there was really cool. And those are the kind of things that you never get to see again. You know, I mean, that may never happen again in history. So how cool was it? It was cool. And Kenny says Anika is such a cut up. She was fun, man. She just had a good time. She just enjoyed it. So that's where it's at. Dewey says, can't wait to see all Bill's videos. Yeah, they're all on Facebook right now. In fact, he tagged me in a lot. I had to stop accepting the tags, Bill, again, because Facebook warned me about overposting. So I have to slow that down. I'll accept them over the days, and it'll be fine. And they'll pop up on the page. But check out our pictures and check out Ed's pictures, all my pictures of the other acts I talk about. And check out Ed's pictures. I linked him on our page, too. If you don't have his page, click on that link and go look at his pictures of the event. And what a classy place, the Manor House. Peter, thank you for trusting me to be the MC. And Ed, thank you for the great photos. And that's all I got to say about that today. Join me tomorrow at 5 o'clock with the lovely Karis, who will be back, my co-host with the most. Join us then right here for Hot Topic Tuesday. We'll have something controversial to talk about, I'm sure, tomorrow. So join us if you can. And yes, my calendar is clear. It is for the first Saturday of February. It is. We had a great time, wonderful time there. And thank you to everybody who came out and supported. And I had so many people walk up to me and say, I watch your show. And that is so rewarding when I hear that. Thank you guys so much for coming up, saying hi. And I got a chance to meet so many of you that I never get a chance to see. So join us tomorrow, Hot Topic Tuesday, Wednesday with the band, CFG and the Family, talking about their new album release. And Thursday, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by our friends at Heather's Cafe in Springboro. And remember our motto here at All Around Town Radio, guys. Get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend, then I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Carl, Carla, Jay Grant. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Roger Bates. Thank you so much, my friend. Great job with Gina and Johnny Band as always. Thanks, Ed. Don't say that, Carla. I have a face for radio. I do. Oh, my God. Crazy. We'll do it for the lawyers here. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they may represent. Thank you.